Hi, and welcome to the Ada K Show. I am Ada K. Brown, and am currently a criminal justice major, and I'm a deaf courtroom commentator. Grab a cup of Java, and let's dive in. Visual going live. Gerald, sit back. Thank you. Good to go. And 3, 2, 1. Good Sunday evening, everybody. Thank you so much for joining. How are you doing tonight? Hope you're doing well. That was an abrupt end. Well, we have a lot to catch up on tonight. And one of the things we got to catch up on is the disastrous, and I mean disastrous Friday, that I had. Friday, we lost camera, and it was in the middle of a live, and I spent all afternoon Friday, all evening Friday. I reconfigured camera, uninstalled, reinstalled, then reconfigured everything in the computer, uninstalled, reinstalled. Hi, Yana. Hi, June. One sunny day. Hey, Mouse. And welcome to us, everybody, to our new follower. Hopefully you followed. A news junkie. Thank you for coming in. We'll be discussing all things Karen Reed tonight. I do have a guest waiting in the background. So what happened? I even got so desperate, I called RA. Now, mind you, it's not because I have to be desperate to call him, but I try not to bother him. I try to figure everything out first. Even my fiance to be, I keep saying to be because I know it's coming. We couldn't figure it out. We got a hold of Sony. We got a hold of Microsoft. We got a hold of everybody. Nobody could figure out why my server was not recognizing my camera. Yeah. Late last night, I tried Chrome, I tried Firefox, everything. Nothing was recognizing it. And I was getting pretty desperate. And so I turned everything off. I came in late last night, and Chrome recognized the camera, and I thought, oh. But then today I come in, and I normally do Microsoft Edge, and it recognized camera. It was a glitch within StreamYard. I uninstalled. I called them. Not called them. I live chatted them. It was crazy. So, luckily, actually sold earrings. Huh? Oh, what did you? Oh, Angela, you'll have to explain in a minute. So anyway, we are back up and running. Thank you, Jesus. Hallelujah, because it's Sunday. I want to thank June for being first in chat, Elena second, and Gerald third. News Junkie, you were fourth, and she came in and asked, "Are we going to be covering the Karen Reed?" Honey boo, I covered it from day one last time, and I'm covering it this time. But I'm trying so hard to not judge this trial with the previous trial. I'm trying so hard. She says she's on the fence, which is fine, which means she's not sure she's guilty or not guilty. I have a problem with that. Welcome. June is also on the fence with this. Some of us are not. Some of us feel a little more one way than the other. But at this time, you know what, guys? It is what it is. And we are just going to follow the facts of this trial. Amy Evans, way to go. Who's Amy Evans? I think that's WTB. It must have been related to Ada. What do you mean by that? My honey is sitting in the corner. I have him in the corner. I put him in the corner. We don't have a doghouse here. No, I'm kidding. Honey Boo is very loved and welcome. Oh, yes. Yes. Okay, we have a guest who just gave me the look. So we're going to bring her on. Y'all know her. She is always. Oh, Amy. Yes. I'm sorry. For a minute, I thought you were Angela because I'm looking at you through my bifocal. Yay. So there you go. Don't let people put your work down, honey boo. Somebody will love it. Just because one person doesn't like it doesn't mean others won't love it. So, wait, if Karen Reed didn't hit him, why is the tail light in pieces? Because she backed up and hit his vehicle. So, with no further ado, let's bring on Miss Angela. Woo!
Hello, everybody.
Yes, this is Miss Angela. And we are going to be talking about Karen Reed. Instinctively, a news junkie, Carrie is a friend who helped give him CPR and said there was no glass on his face. Well, okay, we're going to step back a minute. Okay. As a first responder, I have been on scene with partners and other people and alone, and sometimes they see something I don't see. Sometimes I'm on the left side, and if there's something on the right side, and this is the view I see, and there's a piece of glass stuck over here, Carrie would not have seen it because she's on this side. Vice versa. If there's something on this side, Karen Reed may not have seen it. It can be possible. I'm not saying it is. I'm playing devil's advocate. All right, guys. Miss Angela is going to kind of take a little bit of the show. We're going to let her kind of start off. We need you to set up what's happening. We have got what was it, an affidavit that hit?
Yeah.
A sworn affidavit that
But
affected
I have,
Aiden Kearney, Turtle Boy, and Karen Reed, correct?
yes, but I have something more interesting, hot off the presses.
Uh-oh.
That's why my face was, Aiden Kearney just tweeted Jen McCabe was seen at the DA's office yesterday, most likely for testimony prep. So we are going to maybe see her this week.
Karen Reed? Did you say Karen Reed? Are my
No?
hearing aids who did you
Jen
say?
McCabe, our
Oh, Jen
favorite.
McCabe. I'm sorry. My hearing aids are a little delayed, my child. Okay, Jen McCabe. Oh, you mean Jen, Jen, Jen. I want to
She
get a sound bite. I need anybody out there know how to make sound bites? I need a sound bite. Do you know how to make sound bites? Oh, what? Whoa. Boyfriend just said he didn't know how to do something techie. I still love you. I still love you. Okay, go, my dear.
okay.
Well, I
I have a lot of reading to do, so be patient, okay?
Do you want me to put it up on the screen?
You can if you want.
Is that what you sent me?
Yeah, not
Okay, I'll
the
put it up on the
latest
screen because
screenshot.
some people, no offense, we love you. We love your accent, but sometimes it's some people with hearing have a problem understanding every word. So we're going to share screen.
June, there is no bingo. There is nothing. No one could have foreseen this, what I'm about to read.
I will make a bingo card geared towards her. Amen. Amen.
Oh,
Go.
you mean towards
All right.
Okay, go ahead. Can you share, please? Okay.
It's up. Look, you could read it on the screen.
Yeah, but I'm reading from my phone. It's easier.
Okay.
So this is point 6 of the affidavit, and if you are new to this and do not know how affidavit works, first 5 points are like I, then my name, swear by the penalty of perjury, then the following is true to the best of my knowledge, and some other random important facts that need to be in the affidavit before we get to what that person needs to say under oath. Number 6. During Karen Reed's first trial, she was in regular communication. She, being a Kate Peter, that was also in one of the previous points. In regular communication with ADA Adam Lally. At one point prior to jury deliberations,
Hold on. News junkie, by the way, you don't know me. Nice to meet you. Criminal justice major. Maybe on the way to being an
criminology
attorney.
major here.
We and another criminology major of maybe 2 different countries, but studying the same thing. But
Yes.
we do know an affidavit is not evidence, but affidavits can get things moving and get investigations starting based on what's in them, correct?
Yes.
So this is an affidavit.
And we are going to go at the end. There are some points made. They're not the whole what's the name? Pleadings by Aidan Kearney's lawyers, but excerpts. So
Right.
this affidavit is in support of what his attorneys are asking for.
Yes, they are sworn, written, informational, testimonial, however you want to put it. But yeah, they are sworn too. Go ahead.
Yes. At one point prior to jury deliberations, Peter met with Adam Lally for lunch. During this lunch meeting, Adam Lally told Peter that he knows the foreperson, who is retired police officer, and he, the juror, is guaranteeing a mistrial.
Now let's talk about that.
Can I just end the sentence?
Oh, yeah. My bad.
This is what was verbally reported to me by Peter. And we were talking about Kate Peter, not Peter, lawyer you know, and other Peters that we know.
Okay. So real quick, we're going to talk about this. No, they cannot be used in evidence, but this is what an attorney will look at to decide whether they want to pursue this and follow the rabbit trail to see if there's evidence that they can't admit, right? So yes. This is me saying, hey, I have personal information and I need to bring this forward. And this is my sworn written testimony. And this is given to the prosecution. And then the prosecution has to give it to the defense. Everybody looks at it. But they can be testified to later in trial, like the expert witness statements, so long as it's brought in properly into evidence and set up. Okay, they can't just blindly dump it. So, with that, this here is what gets me, because Peter met with Adam Lally for lunch, and he told him the floor person or the foreperson is a retired police officer, which we knew, and he was going to guarantee a mistrial. What? That to me is insane.
That was prior to judge, to Auntie Bev choosing
assigning him.
Yeah.
Prior.
Yeah. It says prior to jury deliberations.
Oh my gosh. That's insane. So that's prior to her selecting him.
Yes.
They knew this was made.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Okay, let's keep going.
Oh, it gets better.
We will be following that case. Go ahead.
It gets better, News Junkie. Hold on.
Okay, let's go.
Point number 7. She told me, she being Kate Peter, she told me she is paid $1,500 each month via Cash App for her assistance in the Karen Reed and Aidan Kearney prosecutions. No comments? Shall I continue reading?
Yeah.
Point number 8. Peter believes that Karen Reed is innocent, but she
Okay,
has to
so
play the
this
game.
first name of this woman is
Kate Peter.
Peter, huh?
Kate Peter.
I'm sorry, what was the first name of Peter?
Kate.
Kate. Kate Peters. Okay, thanks. So Kate Peters
believes that Karen Reed is innocent.
Yeah, but she's being paid $1,500 a month through a Cash App by the assistance of to assist in the Karen Reed and Adrian Carney case in prosecution. But she believes she's innocent. What the hell?
Everyone has a
isn't
price.
innocent. Kate Peters is not innocent. Ed is his ex-girlfriend, Ronnie said.
Yep. Okay, but everyone has a
Conflict of
price.
interest much? Oh, I'm flabbergasted. Go ahead.
Yeah. I interpreted this to mean Peter's role is to publicly promote and advocate on social media that Miss Reed is guilty. Peter opined to me that if anyone killed John, it was, name redacted, an a-hole. I have something to say. We know who Kate Peter is, and we know that she is behind Masshole Mafia account on X and YouTube. I don't know if that's the same name on YouTube, but that tracks. Because we all have, well, most of us have seen her tweets on X. I may have also been blocked by her, but that's a whole other conversation. But we all have seen her tweets by either Turtle Boy or somebody retweeting or answering to her tweets, or something along those lines.
Wow. Wow.
So this tracks. There's a lot of things that tracks. I mean, so but yeah. Point 9. Peter is very, in quotes, very close with Hank Brennan.
Now wait a minute. How did she come close to Hank Brennan when he was brought in as a special investigator? So because of Morrissey and his connection, now Hank Brennan is connected with her and following along with all this. I want to print this document. Is it in our Discord?
I took this from Aiden's account.
This is the affidavit. Okay, we'll get it. We'll get it. I'm sorry, go
we
ahead.
Can ask some. Can you check if it's on as the gavel drops?
Yeah. Somebody, mod. All right, go ahead. Finish reading. I apologize, but I had to get that point.
But hold on a second. Now that brings the how did now that we're talking about Morrissey and his connection to Kate Peter and Kate Peter's connection to Hank Brennan, how is he? I mean, that explains how fast Morrissey got to Brennan and asked him to bring, because he knew him from before. I mean, it's just a speculation. I mean, if Kate Peter knows him, he must have known him long enough to become close to him. And that's probably more than
they
just
all
a few
know
months.
each other.
Oh, New Janky, it gets better. It gets better.
All right, are we? Go ahead.
Point 9 from the beginning. Peter is, in quotes, very close with Hank Brennan, end of quotes, and has had multiple conversations and meetings with him. I have personally heard Peter on the phone with Hank Brennan. Point 10. During a phone conversation with between Peter and Hank Brennan that I was present for and personally recognized Hank Brennan's voice, Peter told him that her in quotes, people leaked it to the social media, end of quotes, referring to the federal investigation being over.
Wait a that personally heard Peter on the phone with Hank Brennan. I was present and personally recognized his voice. People leaked it to the media, referring to the federal investigation being over. So, why is that so much important? It was over. It was over.
Because it is more than likely not over. Because Brennan wanted her to leak it to.
Gotcha.
And don't forget that Rafferty has retired.
That's well, not yet. Not yet.
Soon.
At the end of her term, isn't that like June or September or something? She's not yet. She's still there. She's just not she's retiring, not renewing her contract. So for now, she's still there till the end of her contract.
And if you remember that, speaking of feds, that U.S. Attorney for Massachusetts, she did some interview, I guess, because she just was appointed, so she had to do some interview, and she was asked, and she said, "We do not comment on investigations." She did not say, she did not confirm it was closed. She did not deny if it was closed. So yeah.
Well, thank you, Jane. Thank you so much. All right, let's go on to number 11.
11. As of April 15, 2025, Peter, in quotes, not talking directly to Hank anymore. We are using a third party to communicate now. End of quotes. Point 12. Peter states that he is, in quotes, untouchable. No, sorry. Peter states that she is, in quotes, untouchable, end of quotes, because of everything she is doing to assist the prosecution, and that, in quotes, no matter what violations I am charged with, Morrissey is keeping me out of jail, end of quotes.
That's ballsy.
That again tracks, considering how many people are breaking the law, including Kate Peter, and they are not in jail. I'm not talking murder, but I'm talking about witness intimidation and death threats and so on and so on. That's what I'm talking about. Because if we are going to say who is guilty and not guilty of murder, that's a whole other conversation.
Another story.
Yeah.
Okay.
Point number 13. Peter asked me to, in quotes, go stalk Karen Reed in the seaport, end of quotes, with her and stated that Karen Reed stays at the Omni Hotel.
Yeah.
She stated to me that we can take photos to sell to the Daily Mail and that she has done that before.
So she being Peter.
Hey, Peter, yeah.
Okay.
Peter is sorry. Peter informed me that Jennifer McCabe bought her, in quotes, brand new sectional, end of quotes.
She probably from Big Lots.
But I have no idea what sectional is, so whatever.
It's a couch that's
Uh-huh.
shaped like a L or a U. It's like a couch that has one section here and an opposing section.
I'm so sorry to hear that, Dawn. Hope she gets better very soon.
Where are you at?
Dawn Burke said that.
Ogre Downer. Okay, Dawn, we'll be praying for. Keep us posted. We are so sorry. But here's the thing: Jennifer McCabe bought her a brand new sectional. Okay, that's a sofa. That's like a couch, an ottoman, all in one, or an L-shaped couch. Sometimes they come in sections, and you can move them. And compensation for her assistance. Do you know how big this is, y'all? Do you know how big this is?
Oh, yeah.
Oh. And Jane, you're welcome to have your opinion here as long as there's no name calling and as long as we're all respectful. I play both sides of the coin because I'm supposed to. I'm
I am
sorry to
Team
hear your
Science.
granddaughter. You're in my prayers, huh?
I am Team Science.
Your
I have
team,
always
your
said that.
team science.
I'm
Yep,
Team
your team
Science, and that
science.
is because I have science background. I've studied physics. I worked at the research center, so I can't be any other side than science.
I know,
Literally.
right? You're very scientifical. I can be
Yeah.
both. Okay, number 15. Because
Number 15.
we've only
It
got about
gets
another 45
juicier.
minutes.
It gets juicier, by the way.
Oh, it
Me and
does.
you and me read this before. Number 15. Peter was told by Jennifer McCabe that Jennifer McCabe informed Michael Morrissey that she is, under in quotes, not testifying unless Turtle Boy is in jail, end of quotes. Michael Morrissey informed Jennifer McCabe he would then have to subpoena her, and Jennifer McCabe then told
Michael Morrissey.
Michael Morrissey, then in quotes, then we won't say what you want us to say, end of quotes. I don't
So,
understand what they meant here, but okay.
oh, I'll tell you what they meant. In other words, Morrissey said, "Hey, we are going to subpoena you if we don't put." She wants Turtle Boy in jail. If Turtle Boy is not in jail, then Morrissey said, "Well, we'll just subpoena you. You know, we're not taking your threat." And then she goes, "Well, then we won't say what you want us to say." So she's playing her cards. If this is
Yeah.
true, and once again, allegedly true, we do not know the gospel truth. We're just reading excerpts from the affidavit. So if this was true, oh, thank you. I can't switch. It's in Discord, y'all. Haley Mouse put it. I can't switch because I lose this because this is in Discord. So, but she's basically Jen saying, if you don't put him in jail, I ain't talking. He goes, if we don't put him in jail, we'll subpoena you and you got to talk. And she goes, nah, you can subpoena me, but I ain't going to say what you want. It's
I need, yeah.
they're playing one up. Okay, number 16.
Ronnie, it gets better.
Oh yeah,
Number
going, my
16.
friend.
Buckle up, people.
Buckle up, Buttercup. Go for it.
Yeah, sorry, I was reading Jane. Yeah, 16. Peter got rid of her phone the day after Aidan Carney announced on his live show that he was looking to get personal communications of Michael Morrissey. Peter said to me, in quotes, they will never get the communications between me and Morrissey. End of quotes.
Because she got rid of phone. But honey boo, you don't have to have the phone. You can subpoena the phone company.
And iCloud, I love it.
Oh yeah, don't we love the cloud?
Oh, yeah. By the way, I have messages that are like 3 years old.
I have a lot of my sisters. For those of you who don't know, I lost my sister last year, and I have a lot of her stuff on the cloud. Okay, go on, love.
17. The day that Peter showed up to protest at Karen Reid trial, Peter informed me that Jen McCabe paid me, in quotes, Jen McCabe paid me, end of quotes, for her show of support. That reminds me of something else, but we're not going to talk about it. Number 18. On March 16th, 2025, Peter told me that she went to meet Michael Morrissey and Jen McCabe at an undisclosed location in Braintree. When Peter returned home, she had a manila envelope in her hands. Number 19. Peter has informed me that she has seen emails that are subject to a protective order between the Karen Reid prosecution team and Jen McCabe. Number 20. Peter reported to me that upon request of Hank Brennan, she provided a spreadsheet. Oh, here is the juicy one. The spreadsheet of all free care and read Facebook supporters to the Commonwealth for this upcoming trial. Guess we are on that list as well. I'm not on her in her Facebook group, but I guess she also.
Peter reported to me upon request, Hank Brennan, she provide a spreadsheet of all the free care and read Facebook supporters to the Commonwealth. Well, those would have to be the large organized groups. Would all this
Yeah.
be hearsay, Jen, and all of the goons just have to deny everything like they do on the witness stand? Yes and no. However, a lot of this stuff is text and communication back and forth. They can subpoena those records and they can trace some of this.
Problem with that, we have our favorite judge,
Auntie
Auntie
Bev.
Bev. We'll see.
I don't even
Allow it.
have you noticed? Have you noticed? I don't call her Auntie Bev. I mean, I don't call her Judge Bev at all. Nope. Did you hear
I
that?
switch between Bev and Auntie Bev. Definitely not a judge. Seriously.
I don't
Sorry.
I don't I don't call her Your Honor.
We can call her Your Honor.
Did you hear that?
Yeah, I'm reading what Jen said. If people cannot see that epic mistakes in not against have been made by both sides, then they are legally blind. Well, there are like
Both sides.
shenanigans, and there are like what I like the word that I love to call and say a lot, especially when I talk to, not gonna name names now, pseudoscience, made up science. When I heard Brennan say, "Oh, we have science and data to prove it," I died. I died of laughter. I was like,
Well,
"Love."
the problem is it's this trial I firmly believe is going to come down to the battle of the experts. Period. End of discussion. The battle of the experts are going to have this case. So, number 20.
20. Yes, Peter reported to me that that I read already. 21.
Oh, yes.
Peter told me that Hank Brennan is providing information to the federal authorities regarding Karen Reed and Aidan Carney because, in quotes, he wants them in jail for the trial. End of quotes.
That didn't happen.
Oh, did not. He is not likable which we
Can
we
Ahmad
can go
help her,
back.
please? Can
Num-
Ahmad help this our new viewer, please?
oh,
Go ahead.
here he comes, number 22. Peter told me she's going to, in quotes, start rumors about jurors being afraid to serve because Turtle Boy will go after them.
And that was done. That was
End of
said.
quotes. That was done. And that was who? Masshole Media. You know who I'm talking about. What X account? We don't need YouTube to flag this video because we use a word too many times. And in quotes, everyone is working overtime to make sure that Turtle Boy can't be in courtroom for the trial. End of quotes. Did that happen? Yes. He almost was banned.
Well,
And
he is partially banned because he cannot be in there when certain people are testifying
which is
because
BS if you ask me, but that's a whole other question.
can Ahmad okay, I'm glad y'all are helping her. Thank you so much. Oh, you are hot coffee in Discord. Thank you, News Junkie. That way I can follow. Okay, go ahead. 23.
I'm just going to say this regarding this. I mean, they did try to take him out of court directly, completely.
Yeah, they did.
Not, but then he said, "Oh, yeah." I didn't watch that hearing. I just caught
I did.
the highlights.
No, he fought to be in there and he had a right to be in there. But when anybody testifies that's a part of his case for the intimidation of witnesses, he cannot be in the courtroom.
Yeah.
Okay. Number
23.
23.
We have a few more left. Don't worry. Peter admitted to me that she created the image of Karen Reed and Alan Jackson embracing. That was when that was then given to the Daily Mail.
Well,
That
I called poo on that because I pulled up the only image of the two of them embracing, and that was outside the restaurant, and they were goofing off. And it was a video that somebody shot a shot on their phone from the inside of the restaurant, and then they freeze framed or screenshotted part of that video to create the image. Um, I'm on the fence about that one.
but I remember there was another one that was clearly they were like in that was outside. I think there was another picture when they were inside, if I remember right. Something.
If there was, I didn't see it.
Yeah, I think it
Okay,
was
go
only
ahead.
24. In early January, Peter and I were discussing the Lindsay G, because I can't for the life of me
It's
pronounce her name.
Gattini,
Yeah,
I think.
case against Aidan Kearney. I mentioned something about G being pregnant at the time, and Peter interrupted me saying, in quotes, Lindsay was never pregnant, end of quotes. I am aware that Peter and G were close friends in the past and worked together against Mr.
Cute.
Kearney. Number 25. I understand that I'm not represented by any attorneys
I agree. Go ahead.
connected to the Aidan Kearney or Karen Reed defense teams, and that I am turning over this information because it is important to know the truth about what is going on. I'm not going. I'm not being coerced or compensated, and I am doing this of my own free will. And let's see why then the excerpts of the motion that his attorneys submitted to the court.
There it is. Okay.
There, that's the one. That's the one I'm talking about. And that picture was called out on X.
So what? I don't get why everyone's going ape crap over this. These people have lived literally in a hotel for over 200 days in a hotel as a team. They rented office space for months and 8 to 12 to 13 hours a day or more. They were in that space. They are now very good friends.
They're like a family.
They are. I am not. Oh, after the trial ended and the lawyers had to go back and she had to go home, they were all sobbing and crying.
Full disclosure, I cried too.
And I cried. It's a nothing burger.
Yeah.
I don't, it definitely is a nothing burger.
Okay. Now we come to the parts that we want, and this affidavit is in support of. Again, this is not the whole. I think there. I don't know why he didn't post everything, but pictures. Probably there is a reason. But apparently X
I
does
miss
not allow to upload the whole PDF. So, in addition to the outstanding discovery, the man's referenced above, Mr. Kearney's defense has since received further confirmation that such evidence exists. Apparently, Commonwealth denied previously mentioned evidence about communications between parties, Morrissey
right.
and
Of course they are.
yeah, but it exists. Significantly, this evidence is described in the sworn affidavit of an acquaintance of Miss Peter, a copy of which is attached here to witness. Hold on a second.
Here
Here
too,
to
as
as
an exhibit.
Exhibit A, as detailed by the sworn statement of the witness. Miss Peter has admitted to the witness that she has had a long-standing relationship in which she has assisted the Commonwealth in their efforts to prosecute Mr. Kearney and Miss Reed. Miss Peter's relationship with the Commonwealth and its key witnesses against Mr. Kearney and Miss Reed includes evidence that, among other things, she And then we do bullet points. Regularly speaks and meets the Reed prosecutors, see Exhibit A. Receives monthly payments from the Commonwealth in exchange for her assistance against Mr. Kearney and Miss Reed. Received items of value from key witness Jennifer McCabe. Was granted the de facto immunity from prosecution in exchange for her assistance with the Commonwealth. Altered, destroyed, and or disposed of material evidence, including the contents of her cellular phone that would be favorable to Mr. Kearney. Admitted her intent to start rumors about Mr. Kearney's purported harassment of jurors to further the Commonwealth's, in the parentheses, unsuccessful efforts to ban Mr. Kearney from covering the Reed case. Uses her social media platforms to help Commonwealth circumvent a gag order in the Reed case. That's actually true. We
That
know
did
her.
happen.
That did happen. Stalked, harassed, spied on Mr. Kearney, Miss Reed, one of Miss Reed's attorneys, and supporters of Miss Reed. We also know that is true because we saw her Twitter. And admitted that Lizzie G. lied about a material fact relevant to her criminal allegations against Mr. Kearney. And that's it.
Y'all.
Oh, by the way, Peters has a long, what's the name? Rap shit? She has criminal history.
She has a criminal history?
Oh, yeah. And if we talk about which what exact criminal history she has, you may not be getting paid for
Oh,
this
we
detail.
have the full document.
It has to do with she has kids, and I am not going to go into details, but it is related to that. So you
She
can
has what?
think she has kids, and CPS is involved. So use your imagination as what kind of criminal charges she had.
Okay,
Or
the
is
affidavit
attending.
of this person has been removed. It's been redacted. That said, y'all, we have the entire document. It's in our Karen Reed documents. You have to be a mod to access these documents. If you wish a copy of these documents, mods, if you are agreement with me, let's go ahead and put a copy of this in member chat so members can read it. I don't
You
mind
saw
doing
that
that.
document that I sent you yesterday?
Which one? No, I saw nothing yesterday other than the backside of my trying to get this computer fixed.
Sorry, Saturday, I mean. Well, that was for me yesterday was yeah, I found it took me like less than 5 minutes
Which one is it?
to find the
I have something StreamYard browser. No.
research that Miss Little mentioned in court on Friday. And
Was it? I
I went a step further, and I was like, oh, how many other research papers are on that topic?
the serum
Over
neurologist
500?
adrenaline
There are over
glucoside
500
levels
research.
through disease course and multiple sclerosis.
There are like
That one?
yeah, there are like over 500 research papers written on that topic, not specifically to multiple sclerosis, but generally what other diseases can impact your blood alcohol content.
Right, it can. Let me answer this question for our newest of people. All of our documents can be found on As the Gavel Drops. However, sometimes we get documents they don't have. All of our documents are not open to the public. The reason why is some of them have been paid for we have permission to use them, but we may not have permission to share them publicly. So
Oh,
with this document, I think we'll be fine. So mods, will you go ahead and put this in the member chat if you haven't already? It is. So News Junkie, go to member chat. Haley Mouse put it there. So you have access. Go ahead, my love. What, babe?
so yeah, I found there are like over 500 research, and I don't want to say, I mean, as someone who wants to be on top of research and on top of like qualified, there are lots of research on that topic. How can serum be impacted by all, specifically genetic disorders or disorders such as MS, even the GI that she has, GI problems. Although I'm not saying that it is connected to her BAC, but I'm saying like MS is such a common, unfortunately, common disease, and there are a lot of people. I mean, shouldn't you be informed? Like, can different things impact
Well,
BAC?
first of all, medications, bodies, everybody processes things differently. Um, Also, um, when you have certain conditions, um, what can happen is it can affect how tests are read or how they're affected. Everything is every test, no matter what test it is, does have room for error, and it should have room for cause effect. My ex was a doctor. I lived with a doctor for many years, and I heard this all the time. There are normal and abnormals within every test, but that does not mean my normal is abnormal. It may
Hmm.
look abnormal on a test, but that doesn't mean for me it's not normal. So her body's ability to process alcohol um, may be different. For example, I know somebody that lost a lot of their intestine, and they're told don't drink alcohol. It's going to hit you quick, and it does, but it goes through them quick because they don't have all that intestine for it to absorb. So their alcohol levels are not going to be, the alcohol is not going to leave their body the same rate as it would a person who has a normal digestive tract.
Can
People aren't
I?
aware that most common symptoms of MS are fatigue, muscle pain caused by high lactic acid, and is a big part of that. It is. It's a
Can I correct
huge part of
myself?
that.
Can I correct myself?
Yep.
I said common. Okay, I made a mistake. It's not common, but it is, as someone who who is working in a hospital setting and is drawing blood a lot, I guess, or doing a lot of blood tests. He probably sees MS on semi-regular
On a
basis.
regular basis. Yeah,
Yeah.
MS is more prevalent. I think that's the word you're looking for. MS is more prevalent than most people realize,
And
and
but
I
and that's
I
what I meant.
understand that.
And that's what I meant by common. Not that that a lot of people has it, but as someone who is working in that setting is
It's
seeing
not
it.
unusual.
It's not unusual. Yeah.
Not unusual to be loved by anyone.
Yeah, I
Sorry,
work in a hospital, so yeah.
you poor baby. Bless you, my friend. Okay, so what do you think, what do you hope transpires next week? Who do you want to see? I know who I want to see.
I just hope that nothing big happens on Monday and Tuesday, because but one thing I know, and that Aiden Kearney did tweet that uh, what's her name? That her brother came to pick her up at 34 Fairview. You know who I mean. Apparently, she may be next up because she was seen at the courthouse on Friday.
Okay, so you're talking about um
And it is not. It has
either
not been
Julie Nagel or Sarah.
Julie Nagel.
Yeah,
Julie Nagel. But
by the way.
it's rumored that she has been seen at the house. It's not confirmed.
go to Brandy Churchwell, her
She
website, and you can download all this.
she is amazing. She is my cup of tea. I love. I love
I love
charts. I
her.
love. That's why I love statistics.
Hi, Mary. Welcome,
Hey,
Mary
Mary.
from Facebook. We got Facebook in the house.
So
By the
yeah.
way, guys, if you are new here, we do a end of the month drawing. It's a $50 gift card for Amazon or wherever you wish. You may, you may be entered into the giveaway tonight, the drawing. Excuse me. We draw for the I liked part every day, and that person's entered into the drawing. Um, the reason is because we have too many. But if you sub, put I sub. If you become a member, if you purchase memberships, all these things that we do on Facebook, um, we give you entries into. Let me go ahead and run that at the bottom of the page. So please, we only have like 10, 12. Okay. 12 I likes, and we've had over 18 people viewing at any one given period of time. So make sure you sub. Thank you, Jesse. So like
Uh,
what's her name? I just saw her. News Junkie. You had to subscribe in order to comment on my live. So go ahead and write I sub because I know that you did. And so put I like everybody else does, like C. Morales did. And you can be entered out and about with Diane. That's not going to get you, babe. It needs to be an I, not an exclamation point. Sorry, babe.
yes. Yes.
Yes,
Yes.
see?
Arca is
How about
tomorrow, but
tomorrow?
it.
I heard Arca. Oh,
Yeah,
yes.
but it's war dire. No jury will be there.
No, Vordir.
I
But
think that. I am grateful that I am not gonna be there because I can't stand Brennan. I can't. I mean, I
well,
am.
I get boy, this is you. I hit my head and it's really showing. Um, I'm not. Do you know what? I don't like him, but I can. I guess because of my deafness, I don't hear him. For those of you who are new here, I am totally deaf without hearing aids. I have captioning that runs across the top of the screen at everything Angela is saying. It even captions me. I can turn that off, but I like it because that way I can keep the conversation going. Will it be televised? Yes, my dear, and you may join us here 8 a.m. Central Standard Time, and we'll be here. We will be here.
I will not be watching, but you guys are very welcome to tag me on Discord and share like the highlights.
Why is
But
my microphone on
you know what?
in Discord?
Speaking of speaking of Arca and Wardire, please don't hate me, people in the chat, for saying this. But that guy, new reconstructionist, um, he was called out by a judge for base. I don't remember word for word, but it was called out like for bullshitting on the stand, you know. Uh, and he was like key witness in some prosecution, and that person went to jail because of what that guy did, and that turned out that he basically did a reconstruction that favored the Commonwealth, and that he was called out by a judge. He should never be able to ever, never, ever, ever testify again in court after
This
that.
is whose witness?
The new reconstructionist
For
by the
Karen
Commonwealth.
Reed?
No, the Commonwealth. He is testifying for the Commonwealth.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, well, I wonder if Brendan's going to bring, I mean, if the defense is going to bring that little bit of information forward.
I don't think. May
Perjury,
I?
perjury.
May I do a little? What's the word? Can I
Yes,
bring
ma'am.
forward my? Can I bring forward my my acting talent?
I guess so. We got about 15 minutes. And yes, News Junkie, it will be live. If if they air it, which they are, it will be aired here. You can come watch it here with us. Okay, go, my dear. Floor's yours. The
But
stage is yours, madame.
Judge Bev, this does not go very well for our case if they are going to bring bad act by this witness. I'm done. You can guess who was that.
I'm just
Brennan.
so over Auntie Bev. I'm just there's so many things. Okay, here's the thing. You know how bad it is when people like Lawyer, Ian Runkle of the Baileys, Law and Lumber, Emily D. Baker, all of these people who are lawyers are throwing their butts around because they're calling her biased. When they sit there and go, oh, this is biased if I've ever seen it, then you know it's biased.
Oh, don't forget that Peter. No, I'm talking about lawyer. No, no. He was red. Do you remember that hostage video? His reaction to that hostage video.
Oh, yeah.
The
Yeah.
He was red indeed. He was like getting redder and redder, and I was like,
Why
"Is
would
this any
he
water?"
go in an open investigation and put that hostage video forward? I don't
Uh,
understand it.
it was so. Peter was like, "Okay, let's see how if Mr. Morrissey broke any rules of you know whatever rules lawyers have to follow." It was easier for Peter to find rules that Morrissey didn't break than the ones he broke.
I want to see. Forgive me, it's been a long day. I drove I drove 2.5 hours to Austin, went to church, had a quick lunch, and drove back to be here today. Um,
Oh, Jane,
I want to see
lawyer,
Morrissey on the stand. I want
oh,
to see him on the
I
stand.
have a thought on that. But first, I need to answer this. Jane, I, s- I, I see where you're coming from, but the problem is that even the guy that, even lawyers that are not usually covering this case, um, are saying and are saying to or trying to stay out of this case and commenting on this case are saying that she is biased. If this was any other judge, any pick your judge that we covered the case before, or she, or he, for one, would allow FBI agent to testify. For two, she would not allow Commonwealth to have gazillion word dyers, and she or he would even the field by allowing that reconstructionist he reconstructionist. I have to point this out because he has been called out by a judge before. So um
So this is public record.
and this is public record. I think there is even a file somewhere on the Discord, but this was discovered like before the all the discovery motions had to be all the motions of limine had to be in. So that's buried somewhere before motions of limine. In
Okay.
limine. You know what I'm
If the
talking about.
Karen Reed is innocent, why do they have to coach the reconstructionist expert? It's not coaching as you think.
Oh, we are not talking about the same reconstruction expert. This
No.
reconstruction expert that I'm talking about, that's the Commonwealth's expert, not the defense expert. Defense has ARCA, and they are hired by the feds. If you didn't know, ARCA hired, feds hired ARCA, not the defense. Defense hired them a month ago. and that was after Arca did the reconstruction, which I have a thoughts on that, but not on that, but something that Arca said in the first trial, which I can say later. Can I say it now?
So the thing is that it's okay for a lawyer, because I've testified more times than I can count. It's okay for a lawyer to bring me in and say, okay, this is what to expect in this court. This is if, and they do this all the time. If you hear the word objection, you need to stop talking. You need to talk loud and clear. You need to keep your hands away from your face. You need to be as close to the microphone as possible. We want to make sure that you understand what your testimony is and why you're here. They don't necessarily go through every word of the testimony. That's not something they should do.
Okay, may I say a thought? We all know how she does not allow the. You think that Arca is coached? I don't understand.
Well,
Jane,
look, there have been several people that have been accused of being coached by the defense. And do you know what, Jane? I'm going to play devil's advocate. And I'm going to be totally honest, and you may not like my answer. It doesn't matter if you're on the witness for the defense or witness for the prosecution. In all honesty, there's some coaching that always happens behind the scene on both sides of that boat. It
can
just,
I say?
are they coaching beyond the limits of the law?
Can I say
All
something as
right,
someone who?
Miss Ronnie, thank you so much. I know it's been a long day. We're going to end in a few minutes. Go ahead, love.
It is 3 a.m. running, but just here where I am.
Okay, you
just so
need to
know.
go. So make your
No, but I
closing
need to say
arguments. Your closing arguments, please, because I
my
got to get
closing
ready for
argument.
another life.
My closing arguments is that I'm looking forward to this case, and I please beg Brennan to not put Jen McCabe tomorrow or Tuesday first thing, because then I'm gonna be mad. But it's okay. Then I can, speed watch her. Um, uh, so on the other hand, that I am hoping that everything goes smoothly this week, and that Judge Bev finally sees what idiot Brennan is. Oh, sorry, and that they are looking for something that does not exist. And I need to say something. Jane, as someone who comes to this case from the science point, and I have seen this case as, like, I'm on the team science, and have done
Okay, love.
more reports that you can, more experiments and more reports. Well, no more than Arca, but I've done a lot of stuff, a lot of reports and pages of reports. That's the thing. Dr. Russell pointed out in her affidavit, you have to follow scientific method, proven scientific method. And by doing that, you get a result that can that you testify to. You present to defense. You maybe even testify. You present to whoever hired you, and then they decide if they are going to call you or not to the stand. They did an experiment. Defense had no idea what their results were. They said the first time they found anything, what Arca came to was when they were there the first time. That's a key point. They were forbidden from contacting Arca and talking to Arca about anything but scheduling them to come to first trial and first voir dire.
Right.
That's a key point. And they were forbidden to talking to them about anything until they were hired a month ago. Key thing to say is that Arca did try to talk to defense, but there were no answer from Alan Jackson. There
No,
was
no. So here's the thing, we got to wrap up, but
yes,
ARCA is coming in now. They are been released by the feds. We will see what happens with that tomorrow. Angela, I'm going to have to
yes.
let you go. Thank you
Yep.
so much. We love and
Good night.
appreciate you. Go to bed because you got to study like a dog tomorrow. You got a big exam. And we
Look at
will
my book.
see
How
you in chat. Oh, no, I can't. I got my own. But we are both
but
going to college in separate countries for the same degree. So
yeah,
the defense did receive an invoice because here's the thing, News Junkie. ARCA is the federal government would not pay ARCA to come and testify in a state level trial. It had to be the defense or the prosecution had to pay for it. That's not what the problem was. The problem was how when that information was shared. But we'll go more into that later. All right, Miss Angela, thank you so much for joining. I'm going to pop you off. Everybody, Jane, thank you so much, News Junkie, for your opposite opinions. You will see me in trial when the prosecution's putting on their case. I'm the opposite side of the coin. When the defense is putting on their case, I'm the opposite side of the coin. So anyway, y'all, I do have to bolt. I have my friend here. He's getting ready to go live, and I got to get everything set up for him. So with that, everybody, have a fabulous evening. Thank you so much for joining me. Thank you, Angela, for your input. And we will see you guys tomorrow morning at 8 o'clock. Bye. Thanks for watching. Please comment, like, share, and most importantly, subscribe. I hope you have an awesome day. Till next time, take care.